Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. I don't have another one, do I? No, I don't. Alright, we'll take him out of there. If it takes a little bit of time, it takes a little bit of time, that's fine. So I want to build a new road first, new line. It's going to go from there, Reims North, I should say, down to Paris Holt like that. Perfect. Then I want to go to vehicles, and I want to actually have you've got to have a place that you're buying the vehicles from, haven't you? Right, so we'll go here. I said I'll buy 10 for this. So there's another 10 that we're going to add into there. Going on to the new line 12, we've got Amanda James, Austin Camp. Why have I got Austin Camps in twice? Austin Camps has managed to sneak in twice on this list. Right, so it's not Austin Camps twice. That one there is Ollie Sim. Right there. So, Amanda James, Austin Camps, Derek James, ex-farmer 89, Lyon, Oklahoma farming, old Finnish farmer, Ollie Sim, the feed guy 29, and a Shizij. Something like that. I'm not quite sure how that one's pronounced. I'm sure he's told me at some point. And then I want that colour there to match the line, and they will all go onto line 12. So there's 10 vehicles there onto line 12, and out they go. They will go and get champagne, and they will start taking the champagne from there down to this one, to the Austrian's workshop. And then we've got fuel over here, which I'm hoping we will start to get a little bit of the fuel coming in. There is Adrian Mattany on his way down with three bits of fuel. Is that going to be sufficient? I've also got over here 5 fuel. Who's there is the man for the job, apparently. Someone else has already gone in and delivered some. Who's there is going to bring in the last little bit. Going to make 35 rounds of fuel.
It won't be long before the grand flight week starts. The organising committee needs help with the preparations. A grandstand needs to be built for the guests. As for the beverages, no one should be left high and dry.
Deliver 35 planks for the stand and 30 bottles of champagne for the event to Reims. Right, that should be reasonably simple to do. We've got to get the champagne in over here. But, I mean, Reims needs champagne anyway. We're not very far off, so I would say 10 for the champagne. Because I was planning to have 20 running over to Paris. I probably don't need 20. 10 is probably sufficient for Paris. And we'll do 20 going over to Le Mans and 20 going to Calais. Then we'll eventually, we're going to have to get champagne to Dover and London by the look of it. We won't worry about that for a minute, though, shall we? Timber first. We want to get some timber. So I've got the Paris Holt and Blériot's workshop. Blériot's workshop. What have I got in here? Line 7 is taking a huge number. Line 11 is not really doing anything. Right, they're taking a little bit, but they don't seem to be all that important going that way. So I'm looking in here, and I'm looking at the Austrian's workshop. 6 consumption. So I'm not consuming very much. We're going to... Yeah, I've got a little bit extra has gone in there. So I don't know what we're after with this. Maybe we should wait for the champagne before we decide on what to do. Because what I'm thinking is I'll just take the timber off of that run. No, I'll just... No, I can just extend it. I literally just need to extend it out and have a longer run. The timber will still be going there, but I have a longer run. So we go to line manager, line 11 over here. I've got Paris Holt there. If I add another station, and I go all the way... Actually, that's... I don't have another station to add in yet, so let's forget that. I need to bring it over to here. Reims. Reims. We need to bring you in here. Right, Reims, my beauty. Let's swivel you around like that. That's not going to do anything unless I... See, I can do it like that, and that will actually... That will actually work. I bring it back like that. There, like that. That will work. It's raising it up to bring it to the level with the area that we need to supply. But so long as it's touching it, it's fine. So I'll drop that one down there, and there I've got what I need. That's going to be able to supply the city. See, that's going to supply half the city. It's not going to supply all of the champagne to Rems that we need, but it's going to supply a good chunk of it. So I don't think we need to worry about that too much. Down this way, deliver the planks and deliver the champagne. The champagne shouldn't be too difficult.
Oh no, the good man is 3 sheets to the wind and gung-ho. He's already climbing up the tower. Take precautions to make his landing a soft one.
How am I supposed to do that? Place a haystack under the Eiffel Tower to save the Austrian. Place a haystack. I'm assuming, therefore, that we have items in the terrain that we can... Assets. Aha! Right, we have to go and buy a haystack there, and I have to place it underneath.
That was a close shave again, but nothing serious. The Batman is more or less in one piece, and already staggering off to design a new suit.
Okay. Right, slightly weird. Now, is he going to... He's going to keep consuming the timber and stuff by the look of it. Right, there's a permanent route that's left open there. I'm kind of... No, we'll stick with the plan that I had, which was just to simply extend this line out. So I'm going to add in that station up there now, Rem Sidings, and we'll run it up to there. So what they'll do is they'll run into the Paris Holt, and then they will carry on up. Whether or not they're going to carry the stuff all the way up properly, I don't really know. So you right there, Derek James, he's got champagne. Well, they might, I suppose. Like, if I put that on there, look, I got champagne that's already being moved over onto line 11, which is then going to be carried up to where we want to go. So they're already thinking outside the box and moving it via these transfers, instead of doing it any other way. But what I'm waiting for is some, not line 12, line 11 lot to come in. There's a line 11 lot coming in. He's now on his way with 3 lots of champagne to go up there. That's going to be moving around pretty quick then. I could just get another route doing the delivery work though. If I was to take Rem South right here, look, line 10 and line 8 is our 2. No, not that one. Champagne, the Champagne routes up here. Line 12, I got 130, so I've only got 1 line there. I'm going to change line 12, and I'm going to deposit some here at the Rems sidings on the way down through. So I'll have to now start coming through Rems instead of going around the outside of the city. That's fine. We can do that. So line 12 right there, we will add in Rems North, add station in there, Rems sidings, and then on down to the Paris Holt. So now they will go into there and they will come in around this way. And then when they go back, they'll go up that side there. Well, they shouldn't. No, it was a different route that was running in here into the Rem siding. They've got 11 and 12 running in there. It should all work quite nicely. Should work okay. Let's have a look in here. I've got nothing in there at the moment. Now, what about you? We got 2 vehicles here running up. Duck Zorley is carrying a piece of timber. Sitchy, come here. Come here, Sitchy. You got 2 bits of timber on there. Duck Zorley and Sitchy are both bringing stuff in. There's Ducky on his way. And he's going to deposit some timber there, but he's not doing anything with it. He's dropping it off there, and then he's on his merry. They're actually supplying the timber to the Austrians' workshop, and they're not carrying it any further than that. Maybe the timber over here is now, like, I've actually got, line 7 has got timber and champagne running on it. Line 11, destination Paris Holt 2. Paris branch. Rems sidings and Paris. Right, so I've now got some of this stuff is actually planks in there. If you mouse over the number, Rem sidings 2, Paris Holt 6, 7, 8, 9. So a lot of it is coming out. Some of it is on its way further up to the REMS sidings up here. So slowly those planks are now being delivered where we want them to be delivered. The champagne, there should be no issues with that now. I've got 3 there. I've got 5 of 5 there. They're not actually depositing them yet. They're holding on to them for a minute. So let's go and have a look at you. 125 there. REMS sidings 5. Paris Holt 120. So there's a lot of them there that are still waiting just to go to... We're not taking them to the REMS Holts. They're going on the way, all the way down to Paris. But, I mean, so long as they're split up like that, that should be all right. I got 2 champagne. I've got some planks that are on their way up. It may take a minute or two. I got 28 on there. REMS sidings 10, 11. That's now starting to increase. So the numbers of those there are slowly starting to boost up, which is a good thing. That's only a good thing. It's a step in the right direction. That's what we want. And that's going to get everything there that we want for the event. Now, without a doubt, we're going to be wanting champagne delivered to Calais. Guarantee that they're going to be asking for champagne delivered to Calais. So what I will do is I will set up a new route. See, what routes have I got? I got the green route there. What are you carrying? That one's no. Okay, I won't do that one. We'll set up a new route here. So I go new line, REMS North up to Calais transfer. Right there. Like that. And I'll go down to this road depot here, and I will buy 10 vehicles to go into that one and name them all up. So line 13 has got Bowen, Daniel Wells, E&U Gaming, Harry Hippie 24, Michael M, Moline Sloth 01, Non-Cutting Edge Gaming, Papa Big Truck, Rusty Nails 67962, and Zach Mazur. Those are all going to be coloured that yellow there, and they're all going to be assigned onto line 13 like that, and away we go. So they're all going to come piling out of there, and they're going to start moving champagne from REMS North up to Calais, is the plan right here. We've already got 1 on there, because that's not something that's going to be used right now, but it's something that is going to be used at some point in the future. So it's basically, I'm just kind of future-proofing that little run. I'm not worrying about it too much. So I've got no timber sitting there. If I look over on this one, though, I have got... REM sidings have got 6 pieces of timber there, ready for delivery. I got a little bit of champagne down there, which I'm not too concerned about. And then we've got more planks there for line 7. Now, I'm actually losing planks off of here. It doesn't cost a huge amount to make this bigger, does it? 25,000. Okay, so maybe it does cost quite a slice, but it's not too bad. We can put that onto there. And what I'd actually like to do is I'd like to put an additional street access onto it like that. There. Get rid of you, and then I want to go down here, and I want to go to streets, and I want to take a regular road. I want to bring that over there like that onto the crossroads. So they should now, most of them, start using that run up through there. There we go. We've already got one of them coming out there, and these coming back that way. The ones that are... Yeah, there we go. We got one that's coming in there already. And that's going to just shave a few minutes off on the time here and there. So I've got... That one has now got 22 for the REM sidings, 16 for the Paris Holt. And then Paris branch up there has got 78 on there. We're doing quite nicely. So that's come out quite well on there, I think. That's doing good. That's looking well. The champagne is flowing freely up this way. Line... Wow. Look at the amount of... Look at the champagne! That is insane. That's all champagne that we've got in there. That is all champagne. That is a huge quantity of champagne. Look at it. Look at the champers. The planks are already delivered. We're just waiting on the champers. Just a little bit of champers to be brought up this way. So who's coming in here? It doesn't say who's coming in. I can't remember which. So line 10 there. You go in that direction. Line 8 goes up in that direction. So, of course, right. So it's got to go. I'm going line 10. Line 10 is coming down. No, line 10 is not. Yeah, actually, line 10 is coming down now. No, line 10 is coming over here. So how is the champers getting delivered? 2, 7, and 10. Rems over here. How is that being delivered? Line 12. There, I've got cargo, I got champagne on line 12. It's coming up that way. That's how the champagne is being delivered. It's coming in down here, and it's dropping it off at the REM sidings here. If I mouse over that, it doesn't tell me if I mouse over it. Like that. And line 11 over there, that's the timber that's being brought up. So if I click on here, we've got that line right there. REM sidings has only got 6 being delivered here, despite the fact that I'm right next door to it. And they have to go through here first. They're still only delivering most of it. Most of it is on its way down to Paris. It's all going down to Paris. And then I've got a little bit now going to the Calais transfer. Not a huge amount, though. So I'm waiting a bit on the champagne to be delivered, which is a little bit disappointing. I'm wondering if perhaps I should change around how I'm doing this. Right, that one there. REM sidings has got 4 with the Paris Holt with 117. If I was to alter ever so slightly the way that this is working, and to, well, just for now, with line 12, remove the extra bit on the line. So if I go here and remove Paris Holt from there and just have it going to REM sidings, now if I look in here, REM sidings 125. And then once they've gone and sent those deliveries out, deliver champagne. See, they're all coming back. I can then go and add in the Paris Holt once more and put it in like that. So I've changed it over there. So now I will go and I'll add in another station, which is Paris Holt down there. Excellent. That should have just forced in the extra little bit. Because here I've got the vehicles moving in and bringing in the rest. And then you over here, we look. The Paris Holt now hardly has anything. And everything is assigned to REM sidings instead. So it does work like that. It just takes a little bit of time for it to do it. It didn't like it to start with. I imagine eventually it would have transferred around and done the whole lot. Or maybe I just should have just gotten rid of the whole line and then rebuilt it from the ground up all in one go. And that way it wouldn't have assigned half of the materials to one half of it. Yeah. Right. Where's our next vehicle? They shizish over there. What have you got? Can't catch him. There. He's got planks on board. I got loads of planks. I don't need those. That's the one right there. Derek James is the man for the job this time, it would appear. Derek James is racing in industriously. There he is. And he is going to bring the last of the champagne that we need in order to make this work. So let's just zoom in here a little bit and watch him arrive in all his glory up the hill. There he is. There he is.
We're off. Guests from all over Europe want to marvel at your flying skills. Even the president is here. Show the audience your stuff and win first prize in the long-distance race.
Buy an airplane at the airfield in Reims and fly it at least 2,000 meters. That's easy enough. Let's slow that down. So we want to go to Reims over here, Reims airfield. Right there. I've already got a long loop going through 3 different stations right there, so I will stick with that one. The Blériot 11 is the only one for us. And we're going to assign that one. Actually, we need to give this one a name to start with. The name for this one is Cake 7176. 7176 there. And then I want to give that one a color. So the line is actually line 6, isn't it? So we want that one to be a line 6 color like that. And I want to assign it to line 6 like that. He should come out of here. We will follow him. Like this. It's a little bit noisy, admittedly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to zoom in, but I'm going to... Right, I can actually do this as though I'm a... I can do this as though I'm a passenger, can't I? I need to bring that back a little bit. There. I'm a passenger in the plane. Although when I turn it round, it does go a little bit strange.
What a pain. You're that close to winning when an American forces you out in the race for the cup. But Baroness LaRoche is obsessed with flying and eager to buy your airplane.
Ah, so I didn't win after all that. Okay, so I've got to sell my aeroplane. That's easy enough. Where is my aeroplane? There, Cake 7176. So I want to go to center depot, set line. No, I don't do it like that. Not anymore. Well, you can do it when you send it to the depot, but I just go to Vehicle Manager in here, and I go to line 6, click Cake, right there, Sell Selected Vehicle. Yes.
An English publisher, a certain Lord Rawnsley, organises a flying contest from London to Paris. He wants to use it to prove that no one else is a match for England in the air. But you're going to turn the tables on him. Your friend is delighted by your daring proposal and willing to entrust you with a plane from his latest series if you assist him during production. Various interested parties want to place a large order with your friend Blériot. Newly established flight training schools are showing interest. The same goes for flamboyant thrill seekers and, of course, the military. Which order should your friend accept first?
Decide which should be produced. Airplanes for the military, for the flight schools, or for stunt flying. Right. To be honest, I'm not that keen on the idea of accepting a contract with the military. I would prefer the flight schools one. It would sort of go the commercial route. However, history has shown us one thing repeatedly, and that is the company that gets the military contract is the company that succeeds above all others. So we're going to go with military first and then the flight schools. The stunt flying one I don't think is quite
The military
simple.
wants to supervise the production process on site and dispatch a delegation to do so. Make sure they find their way to the hangar.
Transport 50 military personnel to the production facility in Le Mans. Where is the production facility in Le Mans? It's down here somewhere. I've already got people being transferred, people being transported. So here it is over this side. I mean, we're April 1911, so military is getting quite important at this stage. I've got a big bus sidings down here already. So the transporting of military personnel is pretty much done and dusted already. That's not something that's going to be an issue. We're going to be needing to get plenty of those down over this way, I would guess. And we're going to be needing a few other bits and pieces as well. So we've literally just got to sit and wait for that one to happen. There's 29 people already. See how quickly we're able to come through with these buses. I don't have any transport between cities. I got no railways here. I suppose I could have built some railways. Maybe that would have sped things up a little bit. But I'm quite happy at the moment with my massive fleet of trucks that we've got going backwards and forwards. I think that's quite cool, actually, having that one. There's, that makes 42 in there. Oh, wait a minute. I do have routes going between the cities, don't I? You here. There. Where are you going?
With your help, Mr. Blériot was able to design the ideal airplane for the London to Paris race. A large number of magnificent men with their flying machines from all over Europe waits at the starting line. Show them which nation truly masters aviation.
Establish a route from the airfield in London to the airfield in Paris and complete a flight. So what we will do is we will go here. Let's slow that down. We'll go with the line 6 over here. And we will get rid of those 3 like that. And we will add stations. So we want to... It's London to Paris is where we want to go. So we're going to start London. So it said... From London to Paris is what we need to do. So we want to go from London over there, all the way over here to Paris Airfield right there. That's absolutely perfect. So straight across the channel there. That's perfect. That's what we want there. So I need to allocate a plane. So I need to buy the plane in London this time. So I'm going to go to London Airfield over here, and the Blériot 11. $106,000. We got 47 million here. We're earning $400,000 a year, which back at the turn of the century, the turn of the last century, I should add, because this is over 100 years ago now. I remember when 1911, well, I don't remember. I do remember when 1911 was 80 years ago. All right, I do remember that. I do remember the early 90s. When I was born in 1981, this was only 70 years previously. All right, now... This is almost 110 years ago, right? You get the idea with the numbers involved here. This is 110 years ago. Actually, it's 109 years, but hey, well, what's a year between friends? So I want to go to there, and this one is quite the mouthful. This is Tim 02 Fordyce. Yep, that's correct. Hutchinson. I don't know if it's even going to fit. Yes, it is. Tim 02 Fordyce Hutchinson is the airplane that is going to... So we got Tim Fordyce Hutchinson, and that actually, because that seems like a double-barreled surname, which is absolutely fitting for a gentleman of the turn of the last century who was out doing a spot of flying, because double-barreled names are much more common. They are. I mean, double-barreled names are more common now throughout society, but it used to be very much an upper-class sort of thing. So that fits quite nicely. I'm pleased with that. Right, so Tim Fordyce Hutchinson over here is going to be coloured orange, and is going to be assigned to line 6. Right there. And we are going to follow him out. Tim, you're a noisy fellow. It must be said. You are a very, very noisy fellow. So we got to follow him down on this way. He's going to go in there. Is he going to take a passenger with him? No. Nobody trusts him. Tim, you may be a noisy fellow, and you may quite possibly be from the upper echelons of society, but apparently nobody trusts you enough to want to ride in your hairy plane with you. I'm not sure what that says about you. Probably doesn't say anything at all. But there he goes. We're flying across the English Channel. Noisily, admittedly, but we are doing it. We are mastering flight. We are traveling across the English Channel, heading towards Paris. All we got to do is land this bad boy, and we are done with that bit. We'll probably have to sell the aircraft immediately as soon as we land. That's not a problem. We get a little bit of our money back. We cannot complain about that. In we go. Hard bank and land. Nice. Right. Well, unfortunately, folks, that is all we've got time for today. Sometimes even our fantastic pilots, train drivers, and lorry drivers, and bus drivers, and boat drivers, and all the other drivers need a little bit of rest. So while they rest up and have a cup of tea... If you've enjoyed the episode, could you please head down below and give us a like? And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.